Why can't I wear the glasses?
This is say your name. Darian Rivas.
Yes.
I'm Mr. Geyer, and today we'll be doing a Lifecast from Darian. Okay, thank you. We have glasses. And so come on over to the table, Darian. So what we have right here, he's gonna put his head here, and then we're gonna cover up his body with the blanket, and it's not much padding.
My mama.
All right, relax. Then we're gonna put his face through here, and then we're gonna wrap it and get him all set up. We got the double boiler going with our moulage right here. It's all cooked. It's all ready. It's a French stuff. It's like a jelly rubber. Okay. Hey, I need it quiet on the set, please. Thank you. I'm rolling live.
You gotta restart.
So hold on. Here, get the rubber bands. Get the hairs up. He's gonna put his hair up so we can see a forehead. So yeah, we see a forehead. Here, let me help you out. Okay, ready? Make a big one right here in the center. Right here. Okay. There, now we got a forehead. Okay, hop on up, please. You want to leave this on? Take that off. It's gonna get hot.
You need to introduce him.
Oh, this is George. Okay, he's the assistant. I George, like Dr. Frankenstein and George. Okay, all right. Take this off. Take this off. Okay, lay up here. Lay down. Lay down. Up here.
You wanna fucking lay down?
Yes, get up there. This is my table, dog.
You're operating on me?
Yes, yes.
Kind of gay.
All right, so
No offense.
no offense to gay people. The disclaimer.
Oh God,
He
my
said it.
sister is bi.
Okay,
so
all right,
I'm
so lay down, lay down. All right, thank you for disclosing that. Thank you. We shouldn't have said nothing. So we're gonna cover
No,
him up.
it's too late. I already said everything I need to say.
We got them all covered up. Okay. This is Darian. We got a good view of the face right here. Then we're gonna take our cardboard and we're gonna pop them right through. But we got holes, so I gotta gap those holes. So we're gonna wet this rag right here. Okay. I'm at the sink right here. This beautiful sink that they bought us last year.
Hey, why you not recording? I'm about to die, bro.
And I'm gonna wring out all the excess water. I just want it damp. I want it damp. And I'm gonna go around his face so that it doesn't stick to your the sides of your face or go in your ear or anything like that. So we're gonna just hold on. I'm gonna put the plastic down so I don't soak him too hard. Okay. I'm gonna use this plastic bag as a buffer between his hair. I don't want to get all the little stuff in his hair and stuff. So we got that like that. I'm gonna put it on you now. Okay, I want to do it on the hair, on the chin. Who cares,
Hey,
right?
ever since I was a kid, my mom was like, "What me and shit for putting bags on my head?"
Yeah. No, we
Like,
good.
That shit gonna kill you.
No, we good. Look at it. So we've got his face right here. Now, all we want is the hairs on his chinny chin, the hairs on the top of his chin, and I want to prop your head up. So lift your head up a little bit. I want to prop it. You're going backwards at an angle like this right now. Lift your head up. Lift your head up. Oh my God, that head's heavy. It's like a rock. That thing's like a boulder. Okay, now we got it pretty much set right there, like the way I want it. So I'm gonna come in here and put our box on top, our box top. Okay, we got a little hairline. I'm gonna tuck it in, going around. Okay.
You say tuck in my hairline?
Yeah, I got you right there, okay? And then that's good right there. That's exactly what we want right there, okay? Okay, now, go ahead and cut that video there. What we have is that the moulage, we use the double boiler, a pot and a pot. This was boiling. Cut.
Actually.
Okay.
You gotta close my
So
eyes.
I had this boiling water. Yeah, close your eyes, just relax. This was boiling water. It's called a double boiler when you have a pot and a pot. And this is a hot plate. The hot plate heated up the boiling water, which melted the moulage. The moulage will melt at anywhere from 120 up to 150. It'll start to melt. And so what's happening is it's too hot right now. I did the finger test where I put my finger in it. And right now I can keep my finger in it for a minute. So it's about 140, I can tell. It's still too hot to put on his face. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe all this moulage off, put it back in there, and then what I'm gonna do is just dip my finger in the water right here and just clean that finger off. I'm gonna touch the surface a little bit and you can still see it's too hot, but look how nice and smooth that is. Do you see the texture inside the bowl right there? You want it nice and smooth. And I'm just gonna keep stirring it. This is cold water and this is hot water, and this water is already heated up. So I'm gonna give this to Elvis. Elvis is gonna pour this down the sink and give me some cold water. And here you go.
What?
Pour that down, Elvis. Thank you. And you're just relaxing. He's just relaxing.
Hey, nigga, I'm relaxing.
Looking like Abe Lincoln at the Ford Theater over here. Maybe that's too soon. It's only 100 years, 150 years too late for that joke. Cold water. Give me about 3 inches of cold water, please. And I'm gonna keep stirring, because if I don't stir, what's gonna happen, it's gonna harden into one brick. Okay, and right now you can see it looks like mashed potatoes, or it looks like it's the consistency of mashed potatoes or fondue or pancake batter that's too thick. So I might take a little of the water and just put a little bit of the water into it. Take like just a little bit. Get close up right there. You can see the water sitting in there. It's gonna smoothen it out. It's gonna get rid of all that lumpiness. It's gonna smoothen it. But while it's smoothing it, whenever you dilute a concentrate, it dilutes it and it makes the chemical strength of this mixture a lot weaker. So diluting it can make it weaker, but we want it nice and smooth, and it cooled it off a little bit. I'm gonna put my hand in there and look at that. Look at that, that's looking good. So I'm gonna do the wrist test now. I'm gonna put some on my wrist. And it's a little bit warm to the touch, but that's not gonna burn me. But I'm just being safe because I don't want to burn Darian over here. So I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit more. I'm not gonna add any more water because I've added too much water before and it destroys the mold. The mold falls apart. It loses its tensile strength. So I'm gonna keep stirring and we'll get back to you in a minute. Thank you. I wanna make sure that I got them all tucked in on his face right here, all the way around. I don't wanna poke him in the eye with no plastic. But I want that shirt to be a nice thing all the way around. And that's holding it. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That's a nice look right there. If it drips, it's gonna get caught on the plastic. Okay? And here we go. Here we go. All right, we're ready to go. So we got the pot. Darian, close your eyes. I'm gonna leave your mouth open. Look at me. 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 Just a little bit in your mouth. Just breathe out your mouth. Because I'm going to go up your nose and just leave a little bit for your mouth like that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Close your eyes. Keep them closed right now. Hey, this is the fun part, yo. Here we go. Tell me that it should be just right, dude. It should be just right. Close your eyes. I'm going right over your eyes right now, dog. Okay? Going right over your eyes. Right over your eyes. Okay? Going right over your eyes. Night, night, just relax. This is like a health spa right here, okay? It's like a health spa, okay? Okay, it's like a health spa up in here, okay? Gotta lay it down. I'm gonna go around his mouth. He's gonna breathe through his mouth, okay? Okay. Go. I'm gonna go around the side of the face. Get that chin. Get that chin. I'm a little busy right now. And cover your nose. Don't freak out about the nose, dog. Okay? I'm just gonna cover up the nose. You're gonna breathe through your mouth. Just leave your mouth. I'm gonna go gentle over the nose. It should plug up the nose. Okay?
I would have cried.
And if you need me to tap out, just put a thumbs down and I'll pull this off. If I see a thumbs down, I'm gonna rip the cardboard right off you. But I'm gonna get as close as I can to the lips, cover the lips. But you got a breathing hole right there, okay? You got a breathing hole right in the middle. You gotta breathe, so breathe right in the middle. Okay, breathe right in the middle. Then we're almost done. We're almost done. Then we just gotta let it set up. Okay, so you're gonna breathe through your mouth. I'm just gonna cover up the lip a little bit. Thumbs down means take it off. I'm busy right now. Please don't play with the stuff and interrupt. Okay, I need my attention here, miss. You're good. You're good. You can breathe right through. Just breathe right through. Please do not swear when we're shooting a video. Thank you. That's it right there. And I'm gonna go a little more. And I can close that off later. You breathing okay? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up. We got a thumbs up right there. He's breathing okay. You can open and close your mouth and we're good to go. That's the thing. I got a little bit left. That's all I got. I got an empty pan. His face is covered. We're just gonna get the top of his hair right here. It won't stick in his hair. Keep your thumb up. If anything goes wrong, you put your thumb down. I'll tear this off in 1 second, okay? We're gonna need a little bit of time just for this to harden up on your face, okay? So I'm gonna go under your chin. I'm gonna touch under your chin because you can't see nothing. So you wanna communicate with the person while you're doing this to let them know where you are around them so they don't get freaked out. Some people get a little claustrophobic and they put a thumb down. But Darian's a gangster, old school, OG. So he should be good. And we're just letting it harden up right now. It's a rubber jelly. And we're gonna peel it off in a few minutes, so we'll stop right here. It's been under here for almost 15 minutes, about 13 minutes. How are you doing? Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down if you need to take it off. Thumbs up means he's still doing good. We've got plaster, and this is a student, Marcy. She's cutting strips right now out of paper towel, the real strong stuff. Elvis gave us a little bit of water in this pan, And then come on in, let's take a look right here. How much plaster do you add to water? It's about 1 to 1. So what you do is you make a little island, and then when the island is sticking out of the water, you know that, oh, that's about the right amount of plaster to, excuse me, there's a little dust right there, don't breathe that in, y'all. Okay, a plaster to water is an island, and that's pretty good. And now I'm gonna hand that. This is the plaster Paris, which is gypsum, which is a mineral that they dig out of the earth. They put in drywall in people's houses. And then what they do is they heat that gypsum. They get it into a powder, heat it to about 200, 300 degrees, and it turns into a crystal, which is known not as gypsum anymore. It becomes plaster of Paris, which is a crystal that you mix with water. And then it turns into a semi-hard talc or talcum powder kind of material. And so what we're gonna do is we got some strips. I'm just gonna drop them in. What happens if we look at our little island right now? I'm gonna wait until our island sinks in the ocean. Once it sinks in the ocean and she's got the strips cut, we're gonna put it in there. And right now you have a combination of water and plaster of Paris. This doesn't start having a chemical reaction until you have movement. Movement starts the chemical reactions and the bonds start to break. And when you have a chemical reaction, it generates heat and it changes. It's gonna go from a powder to a really like a milk, to a cream, to a shaving cream, to mashed potatoes, into a talc or a really soft like soapstone hardness, okay? And so we're just putting these in and just need a few more. We're gonna stir it up. Darianna, how you doing over there? Can we look at the thumb? Can we get the thumb? Thank you, thumb's good. And he's been under there for 15 minutes now, so his mash should be totally good. Why are we putting plaster on top of the moulage? Because moulage is a jelly rubber and it's gonna bend and do things and distort if we don't reinforce it like a Skittle or like a Reese's Pieces and put a hard candy shell. We're gonna put a hard candy shell on this and, you know, and that's really gonna help us out, okay? So like one more piece and I'll just do the big piece after, or you know, keep cutting. So right here, Ronnie, we're gonna look in the pot here. I'm gonna stir it and start the chemical reaction right now. Chemical reaction, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start putting these on Darian, and I don't have to worry about it running onto his clothing or anything because I'm gonna wring it out, but it's got plaster in there, and I'm just gonna kind of reinforce his mask over along the edges of his mask to reinforce it. And so what I'm gonna start is over here on the edge where it's gonna wanna break and bend and break, okay? So I'm gonna reinforce that, start taking pieces and go strip by strip. And I want to stay out of his mouth. I don't want to get like liquids and things in his mouth, or I'm going to have to yank this right off his face. But I want to kind of work it together and kind of go like that. If anything goes wrong, if I get anything in your mouth, put a thumbs down immediately. Okay, thank you. Okay, good. It's kind of dripping a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to work the perimeter. I'm going to go around the outside to reinforce the mask where it's most fragile, where it could break or tear the most. Thank you. Good call, Megan. We want to go right up to the edge right here because I'd rather get it on the blanket than to get it on his sweater. Okay, thank you. Good call. We're going to wring it out here. Go around the chin. Being mindful of the mouth, that we don't get anything near the mouth, especially the opening of his mouth. I don't want to get anything in there. Okay, so we're getting that. We're pushing it down gently. Got Megan as the nurse over there. We got Marcy cutting strips. She's another nurse doctor over here, practitioners. And so I'm covering up and I'm reinforcing, I'm making that candy shell. And then Marcy, you can drop these in anytime you want, okay? And then I'm going back over. And then don't mess with don't mess with the cameraman, okay? This is me like, you know.
Yeah, cameraman.
Here, you want to put them on? You want to put some on? Okay, so squeeze it out and stay away from his mouth. But let's get around here now. Okay, so wring it out so it doesn't run and go in his mouth and then he's spitting up little pieces. So yeah, grab one piece, ball it up, squeeze it all out, okay? And then we're waiting for the plaster to set up too. The plaster's setting up while we're doing this. It's gonna get thicker and thicker and thicker. And when it gets to a nice mashed potato, we're gonna put like a really thin shell on it. And here, I'll wring out and hand to you, okay?
Can I go to the bathroom, guys?
Hold on, yes you may. Take the pass, please. Here you go, there you go. Set that on there. There you go.
Where is it at?
I don't know, Janet. You need to find it. Okay. Hold on, just a little bit left in there. I don't want to get any in his mouth, so I'm making sure it's really dry. There's still plaster in it. Okay. Then we're gonna put a plaster coat on top of this as well. So go ahead and lay it on
Can I
down.
take a paintbrush?
No, you may not.
Then I can't
Just find a pass. There should be a pass somewhere. Okay.
You're covering the camera.
Okay. And then here, get on this side and then that side. And then yeah, just like that. Okay. And then what you can do is fold it and double it. So wherever it is like this, look at fold it and double it, and go back and double it. And let's do a second coat. And let's do this piece right here. Okay, ready? Okay, there you go. It's a little bit wet. We want a little bit of plaster in there.
Wait, where?
Do the perimeter. Go all the way around the perimeter. One more time. Okay. Yeah, I'm holding his hand. How we doing? Darian, how you doing? Darian, no, don't bite his finger, Darian. Yeah, God. And no laughing because you're going to mess up the mold. Okay? Okay, thank you. Let's go around that way. We're just going to touch it down. Breathing's okay? You're doing okay? Okay, good. So the plaster's going to set up. Here, squeeze that. And you can put that up there wet if you want on top of his eyes. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Like right here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here's another piece you can put up there wet. Now we're just waiting for our plaster to settle, yo. I'm gonna put a little more plaster in here.
Who's this?
Darian, quit moving so much, please.
Who's this?
That is Ronnie. You're holding Ronnie's hand.
Yeah.
Ronnie says
Who's
that.
this?
Huh? That's Marcy. She's helping. Okay, so hold on.
Oh, dog.
Okay, ready? Here, let's see. Oh, and back up. Really, you're dripping on your outfit. That's okay. It'll wash out though. It'll wash out. It's water soluble. If you get plaster on your outfit, you see plaster on me, it washes off. It's water. Plaster's always water soluble. So if you get it in your clothing, it'll stick like a rock, and then you get it wet, and you can just like soak it, and it'll dissolve. We're still trying to get this plaster here to work, and so let's take a time here because it's gonna be a few minutes before this. Right now it's like drippy like water. We have to let it go through the chemical processes. So let's stop there. Dead on 3. Too long. Oh my gosh. Presto! As good as new. Look at this. Hold on. Ready? Look at the skin. Smooth. The spa from Sweden. Okay.
Oh, sorry. That shit turned me black.
Okay, so we're still here. We're still here. Now look at we got this. So I need to ball this up, the wet shirt, and I'm gonna put it inside. So this is Darian's space. So it keeps the mold from distorting because we want to keep it. Like. You want to see the inside? Let's. Yeah. Hey, good call. Look at that. That's Darian's space on the inside right there. Get a shot. Get a shot. Okay, that's the inside.
Let me take a bite of it.
This would be called a negative impression of his face, also known as a mold. This is a mold of Darian's face. In his lips, I left a big hole because I didn't want him choking on little pieces. But I'm gonna make a little thing. I'll make a lips form. I'll finish the lips up. Okay, so we got this. So we're gonna take this wet T-shirt, and it's gonna keep the form of Darian's face because we're gonna put weight on it from above, and we're gonna go like right here. And then where's it at right now? Nope, it's still too watery. So it's gonna be a little time still. So. Okay, right now we've got the mask is off. Darian, we put the wet shirt underneath the mold. And Marcy right now is putting a thin plaster. The plaster took us a long time because it was so diluted. Be careful, that's gonna come up right there. And she's putting a thin plaster coat on it. You don't need to touch it, just drop it on. Because if you keep touching it, it's gonna come off and it's gonna stick to your hands. So there you go, you're just gonna go like that. We're just gonna go like that. We're gonna put a thin candied shell, and you can see it's kind of slowing down. It means it's getting thick. And see how, look at it. It runs a little bit, and we just want to get every little area and give it a little shell. And then when it gets a little foamier, we're going to put some foam on it, and then that's going to form a nice hard shell. And basically, it's going to reinforce the mask because we're going to fill the inside of the bowl, the concavity on the other side. Excuse me, I'm talking. Excuse me, I'm talking. Thank you. And so we're gonna flip it over, we're gonna have a concavity, and we're gonna fill that full of plaster. But this shell needs to reinforce it and hold that without distorting, okay? And that's what we're doing. And it's already getting thick right now. Look at it, you can see it's really slow. So we're gonna wait for foam, and we're gonna take a break right here. Okay, on that, hey! Rolling! Hi, Mr. Geyer, and yesterday we pulled a face imprint of Darian Rivas. And there's the mold of his face is made out of moulage. And then we put fabric and plaster on this side here. And so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do something called a cast, okay? Just like when kids used to get their arms broken back in the day, they used to get a cast made. And then here, take a look right here in the center. We're gonna make a little island. And it's about 1 part plaster to 1 part water. And once you get a little island like that, you wait for the island to sink in. Shh. You wait for the island to sink in, and then I'm gonna stir this up. The chemical reaction, like I said before, doesn't start until I actually put movement and I shake and stir the water. Once I put the ripple and the stir into the water, the chemical reaction of the gypsum, which has been heated at 300 degrees and turned into plaster Paris, starts breaking down the crystals, and the crystals have to reform. Every chemical reaction results in heat getting given off. So if I use hot water when I did this, the chemical reaction would go a lot faster and it would get really, really hot. But unfortunately, I'm using cold water, and therefore it's gonna be a slow reaction. So if you can get like a close-up inside here, I'm gonna go ahead and start the chemical reaction by stirring it. And I've got a rock right there. I'm gonna take that rock out because that's no good. That's a piece of hardened plaster. And I just wanna break up any lumps like mashed potatoes. There's a rock right there too. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna take out that little audio part right there. I need it quiet on the set, please. Quiet on the set, please. Right now is very watery. And like I talked about, I wanna break up any little bits like this and stuff like that. And so what I'm doing is I'm stirring it, and it's gonna go through a progression of hardness from milk, water, to milk, to cream, to lather, like a foam, and then it's gonna harden up to a soft soapstone or talc, which is a mineral in the earth, very similar to gypsum. Okay. And we'll pause there. Okay, we used really cold water, and so my student Ariana Sandoval is like, Geyer, why don't we heat up the plaster a little bit, because that water is really cold, and already it's starting to get foamy right now. It's starting to get a nice cream because we're warming up that water. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, and we're gonna put a surface coat on here. We're gonna cover the whole surface, give it all the way around, and put like a little candy shell of the whole face. I wanna get it all just right. And now, you would think that if I made this skull solid, that it would be stronger if it was solid. But the truth is, tensile strength, if it's hollow, it's actually stronger if it's hollow. And so that's what the physics of art is hollow is stronger. And so there's that there. And this is already starting to set up. So what I'm gonna do, look at, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna pour it out, because I have a really thin coat and it looks really nice like that. And then if I can get one of my assistants, Jacob, to get me some paper towel over there, please. We're gonna set some paper towel in this, and then we're gonna put a coat of plaster over the paper towel, and it's gonna be a very, very thin layer. And oh, look at it right now. We don't even need it. It's already foam, so we're gonna have to move quick now. I'm gonna turn off the hot plate. We got it where we need it, so we're gonna have to move quick. Thank you. So I'm gonna gently set this in here. I'm gonna get this kind of all wet, and so it's nice and it moves. And I'm gonna gently set this in. I wanna do a hollow imitation of this here. So I'm gonna gently set this down inside of the face. Okay. Then I'm gonna grab some and I'm gonna bury it. I'm gonna bury it, move it around. This is where the time is really important. The mask needs to be reinforced along the edge of it, and that's what the most important part is, right around the edge. Quiet, please, on set. Guy's working. We got a live studio here, CBS, Jay Leno. Caught on fire. Okay, it's not funny. It's not funny. It was gasoline. That's not funny. Don't laugh. Okay? He's got... That's not funny, even though he's a comedian. That's not funny. All right. So we're gonna reinforce the sides right here. Reinforce the sides. Reinforce the sides. I want to hollow as I can, as shallow as I can. We're almost there. And then I want to straighten this out. And I want to keep it as thin in the center as possible. As thin in the center. So there's a hole in the center. I want to scrape. Okay. There's a little bit on the side right there. I want to keep this as thin as possible. I'm gonna put a little piece right here. And I think we got ourselves pretty good cast. And we'll wait and we'll pause right there. I'm just gonna go, okay, that's good. Okay, and so what I'm gonna do is, look, I'm gonna reinforce. Okay, we're back. It's been a few minutes, probably about 20 minutes, and it's kind of a little bit soft and it's damp right now, but we're gonna start to separate this out right here, okay? So we're gonna take the cardboard, which is probably a one-time use, and then we're gonna throw that away because it's all kind of jacked up. And we can see our mold is right here with our moulage with a little bit of plaster on it. And then our cast is on the inside of this. So what we want to do is just gently separate the moulage and the plaster. And you know what? I can take this plaster shell apart because we had it like that. And now I just flip it. And I'm gonna peel that right off there. And there we go. That's Darion Rivas. Okay, November 15th, 2020.
That's when he killed him.
And then what you do is you put it on a nice background like that. And then there you are. Okay. Thank you.